Okay. That's a good student, good student. Okay. I forget already which side is which, but this side, who would like to explain? Caleb, reasoning. What's the point? Okay. Grace, reasoning. Okay. Okay. Anybody else on this side? Reasons? Very committed. Okay. How about this side? Reasoning? Lucy. Yeah, it is. Yeah. So skip it out. Macy. Deep, deep. Okay, Emma. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Okay, anybody else? Okay, everybody back in the middle. Okay. It's time for another deep question. Would you rather be the Cat in the Hat or the Grinch who stole Christmas? You're not just in it. You are the Cat in the Hat or the Grinch. Okay? Okay. It seems like it's a very strong Grinch. Cat in the Hat. Reasonings. Yeah. Cool balancing. Good point, good point. The thingamajigger is up and away. Okay, Grinch. Okay, okay. Anybody else, or is that everybody's reason? Okay. Everybody hates kids. More presents. Everybody's trying to convince you to like them. Okay, pretty cool. So you guys get to be around cool stuff, and they get to make fun of children. Okay, in the middle, in the middle. Okay. Would you rather protest, presumably theologically, but perhaps, you just want to protest, Santa Claus or the Easter Bunny? Santa Claus, you're protesting Santa Claus, or you're protesting the Easter Bunny. Okay, this time we're going majority first. Anybody have any reasons? There was a man named There was a man named Saint Nick. That's right. So he's not fully a lie, right? These are some very deductive reasons. Okay. Anybody else or okay. Anti Santa Claus. Reasons. Why not? You got a reason, Grace? No? Yeah. Emotional trauma. Okay. Nice. Honestly, sometimes so is the Easter Bunny. They can all be creepy. In the middle. Where did my other question go? Okay. Would you rather have no knees or no elbows? No knees. Yep, they are sticks. They're sticks. Would you rather have no knees and no elbows? Honestly, I don't know where the question went. Okay. No knees. Do you have a reason? Okay, Amanda. Yeah. It's harder to use your arms. Just try your best. Okay. Yeah. And you're more likely to fall if your knees don't work, right? You're yeah. Okay. And elbows. Why do you guys hate elbows? Caleb. Okay. Sick burns. I don't know. You think about it, Lucy. Okay. You're like, this is actually good for me. Yeah. Thinking ahead. Okay. There's one more question, but I don't remember what it is. Mark. Mark, what's the last question? I don't know where it went. Your great Christmas question. The really good one. Yeah, that one. And do you have it in your brain? Okay, you want to give it to us? Yeah, everybody back in the middle. Back in the middle. This is the grand finale. It's so good. Really put your expectations way up here. Way up here. They won't be dashed. This is a really, really good question. Really good. I don't know where I put the sticky note. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay. Would you rather be one of Santa's elves or one of Santa's reindeer? Do you want to be an elf or a reindeer? You can fly. You can eat carrots. People are leaving you food. It's pretty crazy. Oh, oh. Okay, Grace, what's your reason? I feel like they could eat junk food. I don't know. Yeah, that's what we're saying. The movies say they can't eat junk food, but morbidly obese. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? Lizzie. Okay. You're like the snacks? Not it. Okay. You guys want to be reindeer? Why? Same. Yeah. Whereas you get a big vacation as a reindeer, right? That's pretty good vacation. Okay. Macy. Just the pet love, Alice. Yeah. Travel the world. Unbeatable job. Okay, and now announcement time. Yay! You can sit in your normal seats now. Look at all these people moving. Normal seats. Okay, ready? Oh, you can read the whole thing.
Some, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Memorizing.
I was
Okay. Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Lifeline.
Lifeline.
We all need this microphone. Okay. Living Nativity is coming up. Check your email or your parents apparently for updates. If you have a speaking part, there is a read through this Sunday after church at some time, 1 p.m. So if you have signed up and you have a speaking part, you should be there. I won't though.
Come out and help our annual Project Touch outreach on Saturday, December 9th. You can also come early and help with Second Harvest too. It's very helpful.
Okay. Junior high. Oh yeah. You guys can read Mark 13 for Sunday school this week, so get ahead. And then you guys have a second Sunday fun day coming up, rock climbing. At Hangar 18 in Orange. So that sounds really fun. I want to go.
High school. Woo. Yeah. um, Little man versus big man continued in 1 Samuel 17 this week in Sunday school. And then the Christmas party is coming up December 3rd, and I have more details. Hold on. Wait a minute. It's at 6 p.m. It is at Justin Celeste's house or Holly's house, whatever you want to call it. Is there any other important things I need to say? Is that it? Okay. $5. I think that's important.
And a Christmas spirit. Young adults. Okay. We have Hebrews 5, 1 through 10 in Sunday school this week. So read ahead.
Our Christmas party is on the I can speak sometimes is on the second Sunday. More details are to come for that, so stay tuned. Yeah. And then get ready for the winter retreat, January 13th through the 15th. Seniors are invited to that, so get excited for that too. Yeah, what's that? I was about to say worship team, but that's worship team. Yeah, happy.
All right, so part of making the best of it tonight is we are starting a 3-week series tonight on Christmas songs, Christmas carols, and I want to know from you guys what the worst Christmas song is. So can we get some of the nominees? Worst Christmas song, any Christmas song. Santa Baby. Anybody on the Santa Baby team? Worst song? Okay. Any? Okay, Caleb. Any worst songs? Worst Christmas songs? I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. That's pretty tough. Macy? Last Christmas, I gave you my heart. We're not doing that. Any other nominees? Yeah. That Last Christmas gets 2. It's so bad. Yeah. I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas has already been mentioned. That's really bad. That's a terrible one. Jeremiah. Christmas Shoes. It is a very emotional song, and it's didn't our church do that a long time ago? Sarah was like, yes. When you were little? Jeremiah's, guys, he's got some scars. Can you just, tonight, make sure you just, Oh, okay, so if you've never heard the song, you should look up Christmas Shoes and get a box of Kleenex. What do you think, Lorraine? Yeah, so you should look up Christmas Shoes. Okay, how many of you guys are Apple Music users? Apple Music? Spotify? I don't even know what else there is. Amazon? What? YouTube Premium? How many? Wait, hold on. CDs? Tape cassettes? All right. Very good. Who has a rule? Are there rules in your household about when Christmas music can start? Are there strict rules in your house? Day after Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving after you eat, or while you eat. December 1st. All right. So the Stilson home's going to be rocking out tomorrow. After Halloween. If you work in the Village Bible Church office, Joanne starts playing Christmas music maybe August, September. So we've been listening to Christmas music in the Village Bible Church office for a long time. Because you know why? Because we love Jesus. That's why. Here's why I wanted to do this. I didn't plan on having nobody to help us sing tonight. But what we're going to do is we're going to watch 2 lyric videos of 2 Christmas songs. We're going to talk about them a little bit. And in the coming weeks, in the next 2 weeks, we'll have a lot more people are sharing. I know that both of you guys are sharing in 2 weeks, I think. And Cindy Kirby is going to be sharing. AJ and Patrick and Lynette and Justin and Celeste will be sharing some favorite or impactful songs. Christmas there's so many good Christmas songs, and the ones that have lasted over the years are good. They've lasted because they're good, right? Who knows how many Christmas songs we don't even know about from years ago that just didn't make it, right? They didn't make the cut. No one sings them anymore because they weren't that good anyway. What's interesting about a lot of Christmas songs or a lot of old hymns? Did I bring my? I brought this old hymnal here. What's interesting about a lot of them is many of the songs were written as poems. It's a hymnal. A lot of the songs were written as poems and put to music later by somebody else. Sometimes a poem was written and it was put to a certain music and it didn't really catch on until somebody put it to different music, and that's when it caught on. And so that often has been the case for Christmas carols in the past, okay? So the first one that I want to share about, and Amelia, I'm going to read this first, and then you can drag it over. But you guys familiar with I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day? Okay. I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day is one of those songs that has a great backstory, a story that's helpful, that once you hear the story, you can't really unhear it whenever you hear the song. And I find that helpful because the song has more meaning because it came out of a real personal time in the life of an American 160 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to read the story of this hymn, and then we'll go ahead and watch the lyric video of it, okay? So pay attention to this story. In March of 1863, 18-year-old Charles Appleton Longfellow left his family's house on Brattle Street in Cambridge, Massachusetts, a colonial mansion that had served as General Washington's headquarters from 1775 to 1776. So we're talking, this is quite a while ago, right? Unbeknownst to his family, he boarded a train bound for Washington, D.C., traveling over 400 miles down the East Coast in order to join President Lincoln's Union Army to fight in the Civil War. Charles was the oldest of 6 children born to Fanny Elizabeth Appleton and Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, the celebrated literary critic and poet. You guys have probably read some of his poems. He wrote Paul Revere's Ride, whatever the title of that one is, and several other very important poems. He was known as America's first great poet. Charles had 5 younger siblings, a brother, age 17, and 4 sisters, ages 13, 10, and 8, and one who had died as an infant. Less than 2 years before, this is the middle of the Civil War, okay? Charles' mother, Fanny, had tragically died after her dress caught on fire. Her husband, Henry, awakened from a nap, tried to extinguish the flames as best he could, first with a rug and then his own body, but she had already suffered severe burns. She died the next morning. That was a few months after the Civil War had started. And Henry Longfellow's own burns were severe enough that he was unable even to attend his own wife's funeral. He stopped shaving on account of the burns on his face. growing a beard that would become associated with his image. At times, he feared that he would be sent to an insane asylum on account of his grief. When Charlie, as he was called, the son, arrived in Washington, D.C., he sought to enlist as a private with the 1st Massachusetts Artillery. Captain W.H. McCartney, commander of Battery A, wrote to Henry Wadsworth Longfellow to get written permission for Charlie to actually become a soldier. Longfellow granted the permission. He later wrote to his friends Charles Sumner, senator from Massachusetts, John Andrew, the governor of Massachusetts, and Edward Dalton, the medical inspector of the 6th Army Corps, to lobby for his son to become an officer, but Charlie had already impressed his fellow soldiers and superiors with his skills, and on March 27, 1863, was commissioned as a 2nd lieutenant in the 1st Massachusetts Cavalry, assigned to Company G. Here he is. At the Battle of Chancellorsville in Virginia, he saw no combat duty but spent his time guarding wagons. Charlie fell ill with camp fever, probably typhoid or typho-malarial fever, and was sent home to recover for several months with his family. That summer, having missed the Battle of Gettysburg, he rejoined his unit on August 15, 1863. On the first day of that December, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was dining alone at his home when a telegram arrived with the news that his son had been severely wounded, inaccurately stating that he had been shot 4 days earlier. On November 27, 1863, while involved in a skirmish during a battle of the Mine Run campaign, Charlie had been shot through the left shoulder with the bullet exiting under his right shoulder blade, had traveled across his back and nicked his spine. Charlie avoided being paralyzed by less than an inch. He was carried into New Hope Church in Orange County, Virginia, and then transported to the river. Charlie's father and younger brother Ernest immediately set out for Washington, D.C., arriving on December 3rd. Charlie arrived by train on December 5th. Henry Wadsworth Longfellow was alarmed when informed by the army surgeon that his son's wound was very serious and that paralysis might ensue. 3 surgeons gave a more favorable report that evening, suggesting a recovery that would require him to be long in healing, at least 6 months. So on Friday, December 25th, 1863, Longfellow, a 57-year-old widowed father of 6 children, the oldest of which had been nearly paralyzed as his country fought a war against itself, wrote a poem seeking to capture the dynamic and dissonance in his own heart and the world he observed around him that Christmas day. He heard the Christmas bells ringing in Cambridge and the singing of Peace on Earth, but he observed the world of injustice and violence that seemed to mock the truthfulness of this optimistic outlook. The theme of listening recurs throughout the poem, eventually leading to a settledness of confident hope, even in the midst of bleak despair, as he recounts to himself that God is alive and righteousness shall prevail. And this is what I was saying about how a song becomes a song. Within a decade, 1872, the poem was put to music by the English organist John Baptiste Calkin for a processional set to a different melody. You can read the whole poem below. Here he comes. Okay, so I'm going to read the poem, which comes across differently sometimes than a song, right? Songs are poems, right? So I'm going to read it, and then, Amelia, if you can have it queued up so that we can listen to it. I heard the bells on Christmas Day, their old familiar carols play, and wild and sweet the words repeat of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And thought how, as the day had come, the belfries of all Christendom had rolled along the unbroken song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Till ringing, singing on its way, the world revolved from night to day, a voice, a chime, a chant sublime, of peace on earth, goodwill to men. There's another stanza that I'm not going to read to you because, unfortunately, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, like a lot of Americans of his time, was a racist, but he refers to things going on in the war. The next one says, it was as if an earthquake rent the hearthstones of a continent and made forlorn the households born of peace on earth, goodwill to men. And in despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said, for hate is strong and mocks the song of peace on earth, goodwill to men. Then pealed the bells more loud and deep. God is not dead, nor doth he sleep. The wrong shall fail, the right prevail, with peace on earth, goodwill to men. And now we'll listen to the song.
shall fail, the right prevail. With peace on earth, goodwill to men.
All right, so hopefully when you hear that song from now on, you might remember some of that story and the deep sorrow that it came out of. But what a hopeful song, even in the midst of grief and sorrow. That's helpful for us too. The next song is the one that Justin and Celeste were learning so that we could sing tonight. So hopefully we'll sing it in the next few weeks. But I want to talk about it tonight, and we'll introduce it to you tonight. If you like it, you can obviously look it up and listen to it. But it's called Hope of the Ages, and it's sung by a guy that I went to college with, and he's a really talented musician and a really great guy, David Zimmer, and he sings this song. And the reason I love this song is because of how much Old Testament references it makes, how many connections it makes between the Christmas story and baby Jesus with a lot of the Old Testament promises and the storytelling that was going on. And so it connects a lot of things in the scriptures, and I love that. And so we're going to do that after we listen to the song. So if you don't have a Bible, you should grab a Bible from the chair in front of you, but we're going to dive deep into the scriptures after we listen to the song.
Prophets had glimpsed and the angels had watched with awe the unfolding plans of our faithful redeeming God. What they longed for we have seen, what was promised we believe. Hope of the Isaiah's great light, Abraham's offspring, blessing of Jacob, Judah's might. Hope of the ages, David's true son, desire of nations, promised salvation, God with us. Clouded has now to our hearts appeared. Once shrouded in mystery, redemption has been made clear. Our Messiah now has come, Word made flesh, the saving one. Hope of the ages, Isaiah's great. All hail the one now revealed to the world, and Bethlehem born to a young virgin girl. Lamb without blemish, yet cruelly betrayed, who cried it is finished, arose from the grave. The Father's great